viewers at home, you are welcome to this channel, Insight with Tola. And today on my right, we have another guest who is an engineer, a civil engineer of repute. His name is Engineer Ezekiel Oluwatuyi Oloruntola, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers. He was the 21st chairman of Akure branch, NSC. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Can you introduce yourself and share a summary of your career journey?
Thank you very much. Now, before I do that, I want to correct you. It's Oluwatuyi.
Oh, sorry, sir.
No problem. We are together. Well, like you said, I'm Engineer Ezekiel Oluwatuyi Oloruntola. Born 6 decades ago, and the family of
That's it.
This is Oloruntola of blessed memory. My career, I started my career right from my secondary school days. Because before you can pursue career in engineering, you should be very good in science-related subjects. So right from my primary 5, thereabout, they've been noticing that in me, that this man is likely end up to be somebody in that engineering family. And that night when I got to secondary school, see, all the science subjects did very well in them. But I wanted to make, I would have made a mistake. You know, we grew up in a village. Career mentors are not available. So I did physics, chemistry, biology. In those days, they would say physics came back.
Yes.
And when they mention it, they want to scare you.
Yes.
So I dropped physics. So when I told her, when during the holiday, I have a brother. He's not staying in that village. He attends secondary school outside our place. So I think he's enlightened a little. So he now came home and looked at subjects and shoes, to proceed. He noticed that I dropped physics. He said, what was the meaning of that? Go and add physics immediately. So it was in that grace of adding that physics that made me to find myself in engineering career. Otherwise I would have lost out. So I did that and I did very well. But like I told you, I come from a very humble family. I couldn't go straight, for any institution. So what is available for me is to just start okay something. Now after I joined the Federal Civil Service as a very young person. I was in that federal agency as a clerk. Let me put it that way. Level 4, those days. So when they still noticed that trait in me, so people start coming to me, you have to go back to school. And the basis on the fact that I have all those science subjects, that was why I was pushed to go and study engineering, even right when I was working. So that was why I found myself in the engineering family. And when I graduated, I graduated and I came back to that federal agency where I'm working. So start progressing on that development. And through the time I got registered with Akure, with NSC, and it became very active. So that's my journey. Thank you.
Then what inspired you to choose the profession? That is, as a civil engineer.
Well, as a civil engineer, I didn't even go to other professions.
Yes.
I listened to the story of the olden days military people. How they were able to, when they had challenges, they were in the war front, to even cross a river to go and attack their enemies, to get through. These guys sat down and start looking at how do we solve this problem. Mind you, that's why the engineering started.
Yes.
So these military guys now, I listened to that story and I said, if these guys can be problem solvers in infrastructure and all that, I would love to take civil engineering. And that's why I decided to take it on. And mind when I was working too, I have some people, prominent engineers within that agency. My boss of blessed memory engineer, I noticed how vibrant they were, how active they were. And these are civil engineers. And honestly, with their activities and what I learned from the military guys, I said I'm going for civil engineering. That's why I found myself in that civil engineering family.
Can you tell us about a memorable project or achievement that helped shape your career?
Yes, yes, many. Let me share this experience of I'm in civil engineering, but majored in water resources engineering, and irrigation is part of it. So I was given that challenge when
so viewers at home is a consultant, so please.
Thank you very much. Yes.
He has not paid for advances.
I will. So there is a team of farmers that came to the office, and they insisted they want to go into practicing farming, and we have sprinkler irrigation package within the office, and nobody is using them. Why am I here? As a problem solver, let me take this equipment, go and install them. So I carry them. It's a batch. They print them in batches, and the batch can only go for 1 hectare. And we have farmers that are ready to go for more than 10 hectares. How do we do this? So I started at Mountain. There's a river close to the farm. I requested for big pump that can salt water. So when I installed, these farmers were very happy. And then when they saw that sprinkler, rotating, splashing water, irrigating, very enthusiastic and very happy. So I took it, I remember that project is one of the projects that I did that I'm happy about. I'm very happy. There are many others.
Thank you for that.
Thank you very much
for sharing that with us. And what are the most significant challenges you faced today?
Yes, good. There was a particular time we had an erosion control project, and it was in Efon-Alaye. As a project engineer, I'm supposed to be on ground. Yes. But there was a particular portion of that channel that was so difficult. There's a spring, coming out. And the moment you put your structure on such information, it will collapse over time. So these guys, when I was not around, they just fill the spring, and put the channel. So, it started when sooner or later the water, water will always find its level. The water was, gushing out, and that thing become, it was settlement now occurred. So they start blaming the engineer. Well, I have to accept it, that's a challenge. So what do I do? And I've called them, we're going to remove, we're going to demolish, we're going to evacuate this thing. So we break the channel, that portion of the soil, we removed everything. And I told them, what we're going to do, we're going to have a filter layer. Filter layer, you have, fine sand, gravel, and again. So
allow water.
So we allow that water to go. So we did that without place nylon on it, and put our filling material to the part.
Can you tell us the importance of that nylon?
Yes, it's sealing. I mean, it's a seal between what the materials are going to fill and our structure. The spring, the filter is under. That cellophane is on it. It will be a seal between that filter material and the material.
So viewers at home, I hope you are listening. So because a lot of us construct our houses now without that nylon. And when you see people putting nylon,
it's a damp-proof material.
Yes, that's why we have cracks on the walls and seepages on the walls.
So the spring now was not coming out fine with the structure very stable. Do you know people in that village started fetching water from there because it was very fun. Spring waters are always very, very fun. So that's what I'm happy about.
So how do you approach problem solving in complex situations?
Well,
let's measure one.
Yes.
Tell us.
You have to be painstaking. Just relax your mind and look at how do I tackle this problem. What do I do? The moment you relax, inspiration start coming from you. Inspiration matters in anything you do in life. Inspiration will come. Let me do it this way. Let me do it this way. And by the time you now sit down and analyze the options, you take the best one.
Then what key skills or attributes are necessary for success in civil engineering? Because
transparency, don't worry, I can understand.
Yeah.
Transparency, integrity, and honesty. If you combine these three attributes,
transparency,
success is yours. Success is yours. I have noticed it. Most of our young engineers these days, they don't have integrity. What they are after is what do I gain, and that's not it. Our elders in the engineering family never do it that way. I don't know, you are covered with the NSC Akure branch. The Grand Mansion has building secretariat. Our elders started this long ago.
Yes.
If these are people that are embezzled and make money, they would have done it. But no, they have integrity, they are honest, and they take painstaking and So if you have that, the civil engineering is success is yours. Because integrity in the sense that if I give you a job, your focus will be how do I complete this job to time.
Not how do I engage
for me. The integrity matters a lot.
Then can you share an example of a failure and how you turned it to success?
I will still refer to that irrigation skill. Success will not just come immediately.
Definitely there was failure before.
There was. Like I told you, the farmers were eagerly waiting, to plant. My first attempt, the pump that was bringing, pumping water from the Zoru River to pump into the sprinkler, because it's the pump, the pressure of the pump that will flow. So the pressure was not enough. The whole thing failed. And they started planting when they noticed that water was water, so it failed. I sat down again and said, okay, I will not fail. So until I discovered that the pressure on that pump is similar to good. And there is room for us to improve, to increase the speed and the pressure. So I now called an expert, a mechanical guy, who now looked at it and improved on that. That was how so that problem immediately.
And I hope there was no bashing from the office.
Come again?
I said I hope there was no bashing from the office.
Well,
going ahead.
No, they announced that the time lag is not too long for them to have sent in, those patches.
Okay.
I quickly attended to it.
Yes, on the segment of what advice will you give to young engineers who are just starting their careers now?
Thank you.
We have most of them in the universities.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Like I said initially, they should have integrity as their work. They have professional ethics. Very important for professional ethics is very important for them. Engineers, civil engineering, like I said, is also a large family. Yes. Under civil engineering, you have highways. Yes. Under civil engineering, you have water. You have structure. If you are specialized in structure, please don't dabble into that construction. No, it's part of our ethics in this profession. If I as a water expert now, if they gave me to analyze building structure, high-rise and I will not dabble into it. There's limit. Yes, there is limit I can go in that.
But these days, a lot of people do.
No, it's wrong because AI and all these software, they rely on them and it's not the best. Our intelligence is still there. The moment you are an expert in that area, don't just go into it. That's why we have most building structures collapse. People who are not specialized in that area, they go into them. So I want to advise the younger engineers, don't go into what you cannot defend, and make honesty and integrity your watchword. That's what
young engineers at home, I hope you are listening now, and young professionals, try as much as possible to rely on what you know. Yeah. Pick an area in civil engineering, like we said just now. We have highways, we have water, we have structures. So pick an area and major in that area, and you find out that it's yours. The sky is your limit. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
Then, are there any misconceptions about your field that you'd like to clear up?
Yes, about field of civil engineering and engineering generally. The most misconception that people have that the moment you say you are an engineer, you are already an engineer. Yes, and that's wrong. Most times when we attend conferences, do you know what people come and watch there? They want to go and see the number of cars that engineers have. When I was in the office, the moment you come up with your bill of engineering and give it to them in accounts or in a bill, the first thing they will say, this man has made millions. That misconception that whatever you bring, is like you are going to invest, you are going to cheat. That's what they have there, that thinking. That is a misconception. The engineers are very rich. No, we are rich in God's grace.
We are supposed to be rich. We are supposed to be rich.
But not the way people think
that it is.
Yes.
Because in every profession, especially in this engineering, you have to grow.
You have to grow along
get to that part.
Yes.
How can one stay relevant and continuously improve in this profession?
Regular learning. There's no end to learning. I still learn. Recently I was contemplating on going for my PhD. So
after retiring,
don't give me the win. I don't
like that.
People should learn. They should learn. Like I said, make integrity and honesty your watchword, you will succeed in life.
So that means there is no end to learning.
No end to learning.
Viewers at home, there is no end to learning. If you can go to YouTube, go there, learn.
Yes, if
go to Benin, yes. If you don't have money to go to the tertiary institution, go online and learn what you want to. Thank God for AI now, so you can use that to learn. So then, we're now going to the fun part now, sir.
Yeah.
What do you enjoy doing outside your work? Outside your work. Because I remember you said earlier you came from the humble background. So what do you do?
You know that humble background at times would, I mean, how do I put it now? It would, the way you will see yourself, by the time you go out, you will now misbehave.
Yes, please. Can you explain that?
Because, you know, when I had that humble background, but when I now started, I arrived in the city and I was working, and I have friends. That introduced me to drinking. So with that I started, you know.
Does you see that as part of networking?
Yes, I did. You know, it helped in a way. But it's not true. It's not good, you know, to be engrossed in that. It's not true.
So that means everything has
a limit. So I do that, and I still weekends, maybe I don't work. I attend parties. Go and attend parties. Yes.
I can go see your cap.
So I do that.
Okay. Then if you could meet any innovator or professional from history, who would it be and why?
It is unfortunate I don't know one of those military guys. I don't know one of them because they are innovators. They have good ideas. But coming to recent times, there is this guy, Efon-Alaye. I know him. He was involved in the Lagos Atlantic City. You know, at the time there was this Atlantic, you know, coming up to a Gulf close. Yes. But they brought up
area.
They brought up engineers, and this man was key among them, and designed that city. Then this third leader was actively involved. People that can sit down and reason, solve problems. I always like them. He's one of the people that I cherish in the Torah. I love him. He has done a lot. And our elders in the profession, there are major consultants that have done very well. Most of the bridges in Lagos have done ATRO and partners. We have engineering Kudari, we have engineering there. They are wonderful people. They are very wonderful. I love them.
Then what fun facts about you that most people don't know? Can you tell us that?
Yes, till today people don't know I drink, not to stupor. In my video to relax. Many people remember me because I have a deceptive appearance. I don't know, but I love it, and I don't think beer, in essence, there is a particular brand. I will mention now, for the purpose of that, I will not mention.
Yes.
So there is a particular brand that I love to take in minimal. I still do it, but people don't know.
At least
I relax and people don't know.
Because everybody has their own way of relaxing
that people don't know.
Yes. Viewers at home, you have had it. It's not as if it's an AI, it's a physical person because this is Engineer Oloruntola, Ezekiel Oluwatuyi, a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. He was the 21st chairman of Nigerian Society of Engineers at Akure branch. He's retired, he's an elder statesman.
I didn't mention that I retired from Federal Ministry of Water Resources.
Okay.
After spending 35 years.
Thank God for that.
And I appreciate God for that number of years. On blemish.
Yes. He has played his role and he's still playing his role. So young engineers at home, you have heard from him the areas you need to integrity. That was his watchword. You must have integrity for you to succeed. Everything is not about money. It's not about connection. But you have the connection and you have the money and you don't have the integrity, you will not get it. So, but before we end the program, we normally give out gifts. And that gift happens to be where we started from.
Thank you very much.
And this is the gift.
Oh,
it is a clutch pencil.
Oh, wonderful.
So there's nothing you do in engineering
that you don't use. Even
till today. Even before even in the advent of AutoCAD or AI, you have to sketch. So that's what I think.
The thing you conceive in your mind,
you put it down. And then.
So I appreciate
yes, sir. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
And we appreciate your family too. And we thank you for what you have done for the engineering family in Akure and in Nigeria as a whole.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you very much.